So Indiana Jones has been a great adventure for us in a development sense as well. We've got 4 movies to kind of mine for character concepts, and one of the ones that we've kind of held off on, which is actually my favorite, which is somewhat of a controversy even in-house, is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So we're finally kind of bringing the premium format line to those characters. So what we're tackling first off is, well, obviously we'll be dealing with Indy, but one of the other great characters from that film is Mola. And not just because he represented a really great sort of serial type villain in the Kali cultist leader, but just his costuming and whatnot represented a really unusual change, or just there's a little bit of different flavor than what we typically are dealing with on the premium format side. So it's very cultural, very shamanistic. It was kind of a hard garment to kind of de-engineer, because it's really a big wrap, kind of wraps around his body several times, goes up over his shoulder. It's got a red and black facing that we had to kind of figure out the math of, if you fold it over his shoulder one way, the red shows when it needs to be the black. He's got this great headdress that's sort of an amalgamation of a human skull and a buffalo, or like a water buffalo skull, and there's this mane of hair that comes off it and a little sort of voodoo face on the front. And so we did in the design we incorporated 2 heads, one that has him just bald-headed with this really great sort of tattoo paint that he wears, and the second, of course, was this great shamanistic headdress. And the scene that we really wanted to evoke was when he pulled the heart out and it catches fire and whatnot. It's definitely where he's kind of at the top of his spiritual power, representation in the film. So for Mola, because we had done a lot of effort in kind of creating these 2 great signature heads, we really didn't want the customer, when it came time for the exclusive retail piece that we always do, to have to kind of make a choice. So we decided to add in somewhat of a little prop replica, which was something that was it's just a great prop from the film, which is this sort of death chalice that he uses, to sort of kind of turn Indy to his own will. And it's got this head that sits in this giant cup, and it's really just awesomely grotesque. And so we made this small piece as an additional piece to sort of augment the offering. And it's kind of neat because it also, the base evokes some of these themes as well, because there's these sort of desiccated heads that sort of fit into the architectural ring that the base makes up. And the base that we did for the previous ones really kind of was reaching to bring some of the feeling of the film out, and this does the same thing, just kind of catching this kind of Indian mysticism kind of thing. The piece really came together in the end in a way that we were pretty happy with. I mean, I know Indy's the star, but I think we got a little carried away on this piece, and we were pretty excited by the way it turned out, and I think everybody's going to really dig it.